Do you have creepy ghosts in your house? Here's how to find out. First of all, you need a tarot deck that's going to deal with ghostly types of materials. And the Haunted House Tarot is a perfect deck for that. So let's say that you live at a particular house and you just simply want to know if this house has any spirits attached to it. So you would go to your Haunted Tarot House deck and you would say, are there any spirits inhabiting this house? Okay. And then you would just pull a card. Oh my goodness. And I would want to ask if you had difficulty sleeping because, let's get the other cards out of here and just actually get this one alone. Because it looks like there's so much activity here. There's so much activity here that you could have trouble sleeping. So this would be yes. And then you can ask, what do you have to know about these spirits? What do you have to know about these spirits? Oh gosh, look at this. This is fascinating. It's almost like they are trapped. Like she's trying to get out. See, she's in another realm. She doesn't even know what realm she's in. Everything's normal up here. She's in this other realm. She doesn't even know where she is. So then I asked the question, is there a way to get this spirit out of the house, right? Because you can also ask the tarot. This is so creepy, this deck. You can ask this spirit. Now this would be, you can ask the spirit to go to the light. Isn't that interesting that there's a light behind her and she's not even looking at it? So you can send them to the light. So the card is actually indicating to that it would be a good idea to send them to the light. Now look at the back of her hair is lit up. I mean, she's get pulled to the light, right? And that would be the best thing for her. It's never good for these spirits to inhabit a realm where they are lost or they don't feel like they can, survive. It's almost like they can see the world around them, but they don't know how to get out of it. It's almost like they're trapped. And this is the feeling of trapped. And like all these people are, up here maybe unaware that there's a trapped spirit here and sending them to the light. So the cards are very specific. They're very specific in this case to get them to the light. So there is another deck called Anake, and it looks like this on the back. This is the Anake deck, and it also is another deck to find out if you have spirit activity in your home. And so we can ask this deck, is there spirit activity in the home, right? And so we'll just pull one of these cards. And of course, this is a very interesting card. Look at how miserable he looks. It's the Nine of Wands. And the wands are the spirit cards, okay? So it's the spiritual cards. Rods are wands. And it looks like there's several wounded spirits here. Anytime that I pull wands and I'm asking if there's spirit activity, wands is the spiritual suit. So absolutely, so we have the same thing here. So then I would ask, what do we have to know about the spirits in there? And then I would just simply pull over another card. And there's one that's quite angry, one that's, quite pissed off, right? And so then I would put these down and say, what do we have to, what can we do for this spirit that's, for all these spirits actually. And this is that they will be much happier when they can join the other spirits in the yellow, in the light, in the yellow. They need to go, there's kind of a common theme here that they're lost and, and she's pissed off about being lost. She's all by herself. He's all by himself. He's like, where the heck am I? Nothing looks the same. And they need to be sent. So you could, now this one's a little bit different solution. It's like ask for the loved ones that have, crossed previously. Ask for the loved ones to come and help them go to the light. So instead of you sending them like the other one, this one is asking the family, maybe loved ones that have crossed over to come and get them. So that is very interesting. That's a very interesting card. Now, some of you would say, well, why don't the loved ones just come when they die? Well, they don't always know when they've passed away. They don't always know that. So asking the tarot cards whether or not there are spirits in your house is a good idea. It's a good idea, especially if you cannot sleep at night, right? If you have difficulty sleeping, then that's just one of the things that it could be. Now we've got one last deck here that I'll show you, and this is Steampunk, and we'll ask the same question: would there be spirits in the house? And each deck answers the question based on the artwork of that deck. And I happen to like Haunted House Tarot, Anake, and Steampunk for doing this type of work. So once again, are there spirits in the house? Oh, you can't make this shit up. Liquor. What is liquor called? Spirits. Liquor is spirits. Liquor. It says liquor there, and liquor is called spirits. That's funny. That's really funny. That's how the tarot card works. It's funny. It has a great sense of humor. Okay, and so what do we need to know about them? I always ask in this sequence, what do we have to know, and then what do we have to do? Oh, look at this. What do we have to know? They're looking for the loved one. They're looking for a loved one. So one must have died tragically before the other one, and the other one was kind of lost, and now they need to be together, right? And so then now I have to ask, well, what do we do to get them together? What can we do to get these together? And I'm just kind of randomly pulling cards here. It doesn't really matter, but here's the solution. Oh my God. They need to realize that they're dead. So this person doesn't eat. Oh, I bet I know what happened. I bet they were drinking. Okay, here's the thing. They were drinking and didn't realize that they were dead. They were drinking and didn't realize they were dead. And then when they were dead, they're looking for their loved one. And so now the solution is different. We have to communicate to them, hey, dude, you're dead. You died. And then, of course, here's the light in the background. You need to go to the light. So these cards are great for doing this type of work, and all three of these decks are really good decks to have for doing any kind of spirit work. So I would encourage you to try this if you want to do this, or know that it is available if you ever want to play around with the cards. The artwork in the cards is really key to being able to get the information that you need regarding souls that are still kind of earthbound, I guess you could say. Thanks for listening, you guys. If you have any questions, post them below.